Hi, my name is Nikki Guy-Dixon, and I am the author of I Am the Elect Lady, How to Embrace God's Design for Your Life. And if you have saw any of my videos previously before, you will know it's been well over a year, probably closer to almost 2 years since I have posted a new video. Well, I just want to say after I posted the last video, which I've left all of the old videos up talking about the book, after I posted the last video, literally as soon as I hit the submit button, my whole life just went topsy-turvy, upside down. It was just a mess. Things got extremely messy. So when I wrote that book, I was a stay-at-home mom, homeschool mom actually, a wife, um, heavily involved in church, and my funds were very limited. I self-published the book completely, had $0 involved in doing the book, taught myself how to do everything with it. I did have a little bit of help with the editing from another fellow stay-at-home homeschool mom, but it just was a labor of love, and it really did take me 4 years to finish it and to do it. So to not be able to market the book and promote the book was just kind of devastating to me. But life hit hard. So two of the things that also happened during that time was my marriage. My marriage completely fell apart due to adultery and domestic violence. The domestic violence occurred before the adultery, and I used the adultery as a way out of the marriage. What I wasn't prepared for is to get the backlash that I got from so many people, quote unquote, family, friends, church members, who just felt like I should have remained in the marriage. And even when they found out that, no, this was a domestic violence situation, I was just shocked that people made so many excuses as to why you should stay in a marriage like that. Needless to say, the situation that happened with the domestic abuse and the violence in my home happened in front of my 4 children. And I had to make a decision for myself as a woman and as a mother. Is this the type of environment that I wanted my children to grow up in? And did I want to paint the picture for my daughters that this was okay? So because I really didn't understand that domestic violence involves so many other avenues, because we don't talk about it. It involves financial, it involves spiritual, it involves mental, it involves emotional, and then the physical kind of sort of happens, because those other things are precursors to the physical abuse, and those are the things that people don't talk about. So I had to make a decision, and I decided to get myself some help and to find out what options I did have. And one of the things that I discovered is people are constantly telling you to leave, 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 leave. Well, it's difficult to leave a marriage when you don't have any money or you don't have any support. And it was like I was just going to show up on somebody's doorstep with my 4 kids and say, this is the situation. We need to live with you until I can get on my feet. Because, believe it or not, people don't like to help like that. They really don't. And some of the nonprofit organizations that are there to help, they might help with one area, but then they don't help with other areas. And my spouse had the money. He had the money. He had the job. He got an attorney that was a very good attorney. And I say, if she would only have used her evil powers for good, she would have been the best attorney for the cause of dealing with issues of domestic violence. So I used the adultery as a means for me to get out of the marriage. And I thought, oh, well, people won't dispute this and they'll understand this and they'll support my decision. And I got tons of backlash. I did it through social media, which I don't regret. And I did it that way because one of the characteristics of abusers, they are so charming that people have a tendency to think that they're not bad people at all, that they would never hurt a fly. And, my spouse was very good at playing his role, and I was very good at playing my role of protecting my spouse from people thinking negatively about him. I played my role well. And I'm not going to make this video and sit here and say that it wasn't choices and decisions made all the way around, because there were. But when I finally did choose that, enough is enough, I'm leaving, I shared with people why I was leaving. I was just shocked at the response from my church, and shocked at the response from quote unquote people that were supposed to be my friends and some family members. And the thing about it is, I had been getting counseling. My spouse refused to get counseling for domestic violence. You can't. It takes two people to have a good relationship, and one person can't be the one that's dealing with a whole lot of issues all by themselves, and the other one is sitting there like, well, when you figure it out, you know, well, whatever. So, I mean, it was just a situation that was very chaotic. And it got really bad to the point where me and my children had to go and stay in a safe house. It was bad. We didn't have transportation. We didn't have anything. And thus would cause me to write the last ebook that I wrote, Creating a New You, Creating a Masterpiece When Your Life Looks Like a Mess. Because I had to be on the come up with this. And I really had to figure out, how am I going to deal with the backlash from a church that I loved and I served in? How am I going to deal with the backlash of knowing that several people in my family didn't support my decision? How am I going to deal with the backlash of, other women just feeling like, oh, she handled this wrong. She shouldn't have did this the way that she did it. I had to say, I don't give a damn. When anybody says, I know what's best for me and my children. And I knew that I didn't want to be the type of woman that raised my children in an environment and they say, well, my mom, let my dad beat her up, or my dad cheated on my mom all the time. And then they grow up and they're confused and conflicted and think that that's what love is, or that's what marriage is. So I made a choice to leave with nothing. And over a period of time, actually in less than a year, God blessed me, changed my whole life, and now I feel like I'm living a life that I'm supposed to live. And I would love to share with you how I just changed my messy life around into a life that I feel like is more fulfilling and more productive and has more joy and peace in it. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. So the ebook is on Amazon, and my birthday is Monday, January 25th. And during that day, you can download the book for free. So I would love for you to download the book, read the book. It's a very short read. I don't go into details. So if you're looking for a whole bunch of juicy details, I don't do that. I didn't do that. But I will talk to you about how I was on the come up from this messy situation that I was in, and where I'm going, the direction I'm going into now. So I hope that you support that and decide that you want to come on out and download the book and go on to Amazon and hopefully give me some reviews or participate in the Facebook page. I just would love to see you. Let me know what you think and support the body of work to really encourage other people, not just women, but people, that if you're in a messy situation, you don't have to stay in a mess. You don't have to stay in a messy situation. That's not what God wants for you. Some people want to say, oh, she's advocating for divorce and all of this stuff. You can take this however you want to take it. But what I will tell you is, you can't serve God if you are bound up and you're in just a hot mess. So there'll be other videos to follow where I will directly talk about domestic violence or directly talk about adultery, but I'm going to be talking about some other things. I'm really excited about what's happening in 2016. I'm single now, so I might be talking about dating, because I missed a whole decade with that. All this online stuff, I have no clue, no idea. Just finding yourself, the things that you like, comparing the difference between being married and being single, being a parent, you know, really I'm hoping to really connect. And then, I also have a blog channel where I post different little blogs and topics and things like that. And so I'm just looking to really connect with the audience. I will actually be releasing a series of ebooks. So make sure on my day you get your free ebook, and, hit me up on Facebook and let me know what you thought about it. And enjoy the rest of your day.